welcome to another episode of This Is the Place.
With Matt and Mickey.
Hey, I'm Mickey. This is Matt.
Today we're going to talk about a couple of things. It's going to be a great episode. Hey, there are some closings, as always. We'll revisit the old Italian place, Smeraldo's. Bid-a-do. Bye-bye. Talk about another place that closed downtown that was a little shocking.
We're not just talking about closings. There's lots of things on the horizon as well. There are a few places that have opened.
Bag Lady's Chip and Fry Company. I cannot wait to go there. We'll talk about it.
Madtown Coffee in Madison.
Yeah. And Madison, that's right. The up-and-coming. Madison.
Yes.
And finally, we're going to dish on Noble's, a great little sports bar in East Nashville.
Yep, and Matt's got a little bit to say about some music as well, too.
As always.
Yes.
All right, This Is the Place. All right, welcome to This Is the Place, where we discuss the ever-growing and shrinking bar and restaurant scene here in Nashville, Tennessee. My name is Matt, and sitting across from me is Mickey. How's it going, Matt?
Hey, it is going great,
We are already deep into, well, not deep, but, 2022 has been around for a minute.
We are in it, and this is the best way, I think, to introduce the new year. We've taken some time to let 2020 fall away. I'm sorry, 2021 fall away.
Yeah. Let it wash off of us.
It was
a little dirty, a little stinky.
I was still getting over 2020.
I know.
Which I realized later on. But with the help
big haze
of great friends like yourself, I'm finally out of that funk. It is gone.
We shall see. I don't know.
No.
Mr. Pessimist.
No, it's on the way.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if we're just talking about food and drink and what's around the corner, that's something to be excited about.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, of course, I'd like to fill this whole entire episode with what was great about 2021. And I feel like I didn't go out that much. I don't know what I would be really talking about. But there are a lot of great things that happened.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the thing, you know?
For sure.
But there's lots of stuff on the horizon. There are lots of places that I'm looking forward to going to. But just the few places that I've been to in the last few weeks, I think that would be enough to talk about.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and talk about some things that are no longer with us and some things that are brand new.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people are putting out lists and,
there's always the end of year list and then the beginning of the year list.
But this is the first time I've noticed that they've done a list where things are closed that are no longer with us.
Yeah.
There's a particular site that talked to some experts in Nashville about the food scene, and they were like, what are some things that you're going to miss? I don't recall ever seeing that in the past. But anyway, let's talk about that.
Well, I was going to ask you about one thing that is now permanently closed, and I think it did this sometime in the end of the year. And I don't know if you heard about it, that it was done, or maybe you know this already, but you had talked about Smeraldo's.
Oh, it's done.
Months ago, like probably back in August, and it was like lingering.
Oh, yeah.
We knew it was ending. I wasn't sure exactly when, but now it is.
That's such an odd thing, yes. And apparently the owners are off in Italy somewhere. But it's done.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it's done. And something, I don't know what it is that's coming next. I don't know if it's a chain or whatever, but it has something to do with a monkey.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be in the new Madisonian monthly.
Well, I actually, yes. Yeah, who knew? That's great. It is a local publication that's featuring what's going on in Madison.
That's right.
A very popular area of town that's been with us for many years.
Yes.
Home to many country music stars back in the day. Mm-hmm. And home to most folks who lived in East Nashville who were migrating that way.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, I believe the Madisonian is, maybe it's not even called that. I can't remember.
No, that's it exactly.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, it is.
It's an offshoot of the East Nashvilleian.
You're trying to stump me, and I happened to read it for the first time just a couple of days ago.
Oh, right. Nice.
Yeah. And we know all the people who are writing for them. But anyway.
Smeraldo's, see ya. Nice knowing you.
One and done, and
great.
Look for monkey something.
All right.
I want to say monkey junk, but I could be wrong, but it's some monkeys in the title of whatever's coming.
Also, so we talked about it a couple years ago when it came out, but it was not around for very long, and it was such this behemoth downtown restaurant, and it has already changed hands, and it's such a weird thing. I don't know if it seems like there's definitely an element of like, we're only in it for the money sort of thing. I don't know, but I'm talking about Downtown Sporting Club that it just like shut down.
Dude,
it seems like it came out of nowhere, but obviously it had been percolating for a while.
They were not in it just for the money. They gave it a good go. And it was folks that we know and love. I mean, Bastion, it's strategic hospitality.
Yeah.
And they have a track record
and they've done a lot
making a mark. But
bringing the city
to where it is. What is Broadway made up of? A collection of celebrity restaurants and what have you.
Right.
And that's where, how do you compete with that? How could you take the special thing that they do and place that in the middle of that? You know what I mean?
Maybe it just wasn't a good fit. I really don't know.
Well, I mean, I know.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't it wasn't the right thing. And if anyone could have made it work, it would have been the strategic hospitality team. Yeah. So all I can say is, let's see what comes up next down there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're off to some other great venture, and I look forward to see what they're doing next.
Yeah, me too. I mean, definitely downtown Broadway is just turning into like this weird, like Branson, Missouri-esque, like country music, except for downtown, not, obviously like not the, image you think of when you hear Branson. But it's not, they're not performing. They're just putting their name on a honky tonk.
Well, the thing is that they could get all the way out of the box. And I heard somebody mention this recently. They basically said, why isn't there something on Broadway that's featuring the history, the heritage, the legacy of R&B? That happened. Why is there not a club that's featuring, could be Sharon Jones style and the Dapkins?
That would be cool. I just don't know if downtown is the place for that anymore.
But there's so much room. Why?
There is.
Well, the thing is like...
But the people that are going downtown...
These are people that are coming from all over the world to the Music City. So why not be representative of the Music City? I mean, if there was a jazz club, think about all the other cities that you visited. If there was a jazz club, if there was a place downtown that featured music, from Stax or what have you, all those things. Well,
it would be cool. I mean, I don't want to get off on this tangent because we could talk about this forever. Yeah. But I mean, you walk down Broadway now, and it's not even it's rock music that you hear mostly. It's all these people doing covers of
people
whatever,
that are doing,
and all they're doing is entertaining the drunks. So anyway, I'll just leave it at that. We'll move on.
Again, this is kind of like pro people coming to Nashville and visiting, which I've always been, and then what is really going on down there? I get it. But the thing is like, that is my question, is what would it take to draw you?
I think Downtown Sporting Club was doing something unique and different, and what you're talking about bringing downtown is very unique and very different. And I don't, if Downtown Sporting Club couldn't sustain it, I don't know.
But my question is, did you go?
I went in there one time.
Okay, but the thing is,
but that's mainly because I don't go downtown.
But if we just go with the music, that's enough. And there's a place that's trying to fill that void, and that's Assembly Food Hall.
Yeah. Right.
They have an incredible space for music and entertainment, and they're doing a variety of entertainment.
They are. I mean,
from DJs to live music, everything. Right. So there is, and the thing is like, it needs to be there, and we have to say it out loud so it can happen.
As a steward for Nashville, being from Nashville, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely. If we can hold on to what we still have and not have that area just completely transform, which it's very close to, into this little Vegas area, and have it really be truly a Nashville kind of what it really means to be representative of Nashville. Anyway, let's move on. We can talk about this.
And I'm sad to say that there's nothing to hold on to. It's gone. The genie's out of the bottle. It's not coming back in.
All right. Well,
but hopefully
get a shot of something right now. Jameson's around here.
No, but hey, that's what we talk about. But the thing is like, we'll go. We have not gone. I mean, I have to show you what I see.
Let's do it.
Having been here forever, because I'm kind of like open to it all. Mm-hmm. And if we could just kind of get...
And I'm not talking about nostalgia.
No. Well, if we could just get with the program. If it were just other than what they're doing now musically, because even with all those bands you're talking about, I mean, if they're doing it really well compared to everywhere else.
Yeah.
So to
All
speak.
right.
All right. So what else did you have on the list there?
Well, the only other thing that I had that was closing or has closed, it closed on New Year's, was Mangia, 8th Avenue South, at a little Italian restaurant that started as a food truck back in 2016. I never went to it, but I heard it was really good.
Yeah.
And I think they were just kind of victims of the pandemic. Just couldn't hold on.
Yeah. It's not
just a bummer.
Not there anymore. I know. I would have loved to have gone there, and I never got there.
Yeah. So anyway, I know they've closed. Do you have any closing? I mean, I'm sure there are a couple of things we call. Those are just off the top of my head.
Even realize Taco Mamacita?
Yeah, I knew it had closed
Did
down
we?
for a while.
I don't think we even.
We didn't talk about it.
I mean, what? It surprised me. I'm in the neighborhood, and I was getting a pair of glasses with a friend.
That's right.
Grabbing a little lunch, and that's when I noticed it wasn't there anymore. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been gone a minute, but
yeah, it has.
It was good. I actually like that.
Yeah.
Place. It was a good taco place.
Yeah,
but
they had great drinks, and that was one of the reasons to go. I was just talking to someone else
with a lot
about
of taco / Mexican places, or the margaritas. As long as the margaritas are good, then it'll bring people in.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I'd spent a lot of time there, and I thought I really liked the marquee out front around the side of the building. It was pretty great.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Have you heard of bag ladies?
No. I want to say yes, but I don't think I have. You're talking like Erykah Badu, right? No?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Come on. That's not...
She's awesome. Anyway. No, it's a chip and fry company that just opened in North Nashville on Buchanan Street.
Oh, I did read about it.
Yeah. So it is brand new. I think they started out as a food truck, 2 or 3 years ago. A couple of brothers, the Littleton brothers, and they finally have a brick and mortar store on 1402 Buchanan. And if you like nachos, if you like your fries done 50 different options.
It was the fry thing. That's what caught my eye.
Yeah.
I like fries. I'm trying not to have them every day.
Then this is the place for you. I will say I haven't checked it out yet because it did just open recently. I think like this past month. But holy cow! I mean, just looking at the menu, the pictures looks amazing.
But it's a great idea. It's a great idea.
Have a side of have a statin ready to go because I can't imagine the cholesterol content. Hey, let's not think about that. They do have a vegan option too, which is great. But yeah, I mean they have like chicken tenders. It's like these kind of bowls / baskets, I guess. And like I said, French fries are the marquee item. But they have lots of other things in terms of options, and it looks fantastic. And I think next time we talk, I will have eaten there. Maybe you will have eaten there.
I will have.
We can give you a little more information on it.
Definitely. Have you been to Madtown Coffee?
No. Where's that?
It's in Madison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I read that.
Madtown.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I was like, why Madtown? Thank you. Thank you for that. I feel better now that I know, because I didn't get around to asking them where the name came from, and I'm glad that I didn't now.
Tilted their head and looked at you like,
really? Go back to East Nashville.
That's right.
Madison finally has a local coffee house.
Nice. Maybe it has for a while, or is this the first one?
No, this is the first one that I'm aware of. Yes. I mean, I lived in Madison for a minute or two, maybe several, and have friends who recently moved from East Nashville to Madison.
Lots of people are migrating.
And I was
4 miles down the road.
And I was like, I got to drive through. So I was driving through, and they just.
So where is it?
They've been open for a while. It's Neely's Bend. It's close to Neely's Bend.
Yep. Gallatin and Neely's.
Yeah. Actually, it's right beside a bank there. But anyway, it's just right there on Gallatin Road. You can't miss it. In fact, I think the last time I looked to my right in that space, it was like a furniture store that specialized in mid-century modern furniture, mid-century furniture.
Oh, cool.
And it went away, and I was like, it's gone. But now there's a coffee shop.
So you went in?
I did go in. I had a breakfast sandwich. It was good. And then I talked to a couple of people who've had coffee.
What's the vibe?
I would recommend. It's a very cool vibe.
Yeah, chill.
Everybody's kind of laid back. The music was great. You kind of wanted to stick around for a while, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what that whole area was made for anyway, you know? There was a lot of shopping went on there in that area back in the day, but it was a very comfortable space. There's local artwork up as well, too. And like I said, the music was great, and the staff was very friendly.
How was the coffee?
Team there. It was very good. It was very good.
Do they brew their own coffee?
Yes, I'm trying to think what coffee... But yes, the coffee is very good.
So do they have, when you say it's a chill place, couches?
Yeah, they
benches?
have couches. You also have window seating as well, too, where you can kind of hang out and see what is going on. But yeah, man, it was really, really good. They had a lot of specialty drinks as well. I was not able to partake of those. I had kind of reached my coffee limit at that point.
Yeah.
It was so late in the day.
That.
You should definitely check it out.
I will. That's not too far away.
Definitely check it out. Have you been to Retrograde off of Dickerson Pike?
No.
Another coffee place. And I thought they had multiple locations.
People have been
but they only
talking about
have
that
one
place, and I have not been there yet as being really good. I think it's really close to Coneheads, right?
Yes, it is actually right beside it. You can walk through their back door and go through the parking lot, and you're right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have been hearing a lot about it. Want to go there, have not been there. Also, Plain Jane, which we won't talk about because I want to go there, and then we'll talk about it on the next episode. And I think there's some connection to the ownership of Plain Jane and Coneheads, maybe. I could be wrong.
I think they're all connected.
All of them are.
But they could really use a big sign out front to help you get there.
Oh, my gosh. I remember the first time I went to Coneheads, I think I passed it 3 times before I...
And have you guys talked about Coneheads?
Yeah, we did. I when it first opened, I went there, and it was great. I've been actually a couple times since. I really love it.
I have not been there, and I was
gosh,
like, wow,
really
Coneheads. I actually don't have what type of coffee they have there. I had it in my notes somewhere. It's gone.
That's all right.
But I highly recommend checking it out. It's, if the place sounds good, you want to stick around. And if the coffee's great, it's more the reason to hang around. So we actually did make it out.
Yeah, we did.
Together.
We went to a place together, which doesn't happen very often. And it's a place that's been around for a minute. Been wanting to go there for a while in East Nashville. And I would say it's a sports bar. I think it's fair to call it that, right?
Absolutely. They have 2 levels. It is absolutely a sports bar. It's across from Hunter's Station.
Yes, Nobles.
Yes.
It is, what is that, 11th? Across from Hunter Station. That's all I gotta say. 11th to Gallatin, basically, right on the corner.
Across from Hunter Station, next to Shep's Deli.
Right. That's all you gotta say.
Down the street from 5 Points Pizza. Yeah. There's a studio over there.
Yeah. I think we got it covered. People can figure that out. But yeah, Nobles. So, what did you think when you went in?
Man, you know what? I had deja vu. It was like I'd been there before.
Okay.
And I had been there before, indeed. And it was much better than my first time because it wasn't that memorable. And like I said, I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Well, I think I know a little bit because we've talked about this before in the past. I mean, definitely, when you go into a place, no matter whether it's a coffee shop or a restaurant, there's a certain vibe that a place is going to, kind of give off. And sometimes it can be good, and sometimes it can be not good. Or it can be weird.
What is that called?
Or it can be cold, or it can be warm.
Feng Shui?
Feng Shui.
Feng Shui. Yes.
It can feel off.
I have a thing with that.
And I don't have a thing with that most of the time, but I still feel, you still feel a vibe or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I walked into Nobles, my first thought was like, oh, Mickey is not going to like this place. Because I could feel it.
Yeah,
it didn't bother me at all, but I just could tell the way the room was laid out that there were going to be problems.
The room? How about the door?
The door.
You totally did that. You should never have thought that because I couldn't even get in the place. And I'd been there before. Yeah. So that's a whole nother thing.
So you can go up to the second floor. There are some stairs outside, but I believe it's closed off
It was completely
during the day.
Not just closed off; it was completely blocked off.
Yeah,
do
there's
not
like a
use
fence,
this.
like,
This is not an entrance.
There's like barbed wire saying,
It
like,
was,
"Come on."
Yes, it wasn't very inviting or friendly. But you go around to the front, and
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. But you walk into their front, and the first thing you see is this kind of wall staring you in the face, like right down the center of the big room. And so it's kind of separated into two spaces, and you're like, which way to go? Where am I going?
Yeah.
It's you see the bar to the left, but sign for saying like be seated or wait on somebody is right there on the right.
Yourself,
But I can overlook those things. I mean,
what made up for it was
yes.
So warm welcome from right off the bat. That was it, the warm welcome.
Yeah.
And that distracted me from the regulars that were there midday drinking, which is perfectly okay. I wish I had that life.
I know.
That was a good life.
Me too.
But it was just great.
The staff was super nice.
Yeah.
But we go in and sit down and have a drink. I had their local Noble's lager. It was okay. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest. It was all right.
Yeah.
Not bad. Drinking, watching the Grizzlies play. I'll have one of those, maybe two. But they have a really good beer list. Lots of other options.
Outstanding. I had a sour beer and it was phenomenal.
It was really good.
It was really good. I wish I could remember.
It doesn't matter. Go there and look at the menu.
It was so good. I mean, and it was rotating. They weren't even sure if they still had that sour, but
that's true.
It's great. And actually, it would be a fantastic place to watch the game if you happen to be on the east side of town. Be really good. So
yeah, but I think the thing that really did it for us, which if anybody's listening to this podcast for any extended period of time, they know there's one thing I like, especially when I go to a sports type bar, that I've got to try. If it's on the menu, hands down, do it, and it's fried pickles.
Yes, you're not the only one. I happened to casually mention, what was great about this place is fried pickles, and I saw somebody's face light up, and I was like, I guess people do like fried pickles.
Oh, yeah.
They're great.
Me, this guy right here. I love fried pickles.
It was someone else other than you. But yes.
But they were spicy fried pickles. I don't know exactly what the spice was.
It was.
And they weren't trying to make it like
it wasn't
hot or anything like that.
It was flavorful.
It was just really good. Maybe sriracha? I don't know.
I don't know. It was just flavorful.
But
it was really good.
It was a warm heat that you get, and it wasn't, I put it in my mouth, oh my god, it's scorching hot, this sucks.
No, it was very tasty.
It was really, really good. Yeah. So I had that, and then can't remember, you had a chicken sliders, right?
No. They were there was a barbecue
Yeah, you had burnt end sliders.
Yeah.
Which was the smoked brisket, slow roasted. And I should say they make their own.
They do smoke some
brisket.
Things. Yes.
And they make their own shoulder.
It's really good.
Make their own ribs. So I'm really glad that you ordered that, because I wanted to really see what their meat was all about.
It was really good.
It was fantastic. It was really good. I had one of their sandwiches, which I hear their burgers are really good, but I had the Nashville 30, which is a roast beef sandwich. It does have brown gravy on it, so if you're not a brown gravy fan, I would suggest not getting it. But if you like roast beef, if you like some really good provolone cheese, brown gravy, it was spot on. It was great, and it was beyond the feng shui thing. I liked the place. I'm a big, basketball Grizzlies fan. I want to go back there and watch some Grizzlies when they're in the playoffs. And Titans, let's not talk about them. Nashville Soccer Club, let's not talk about them.
Oh, what?
They lost in the second round.
Okay, let's not. Let's make this evergreen. Let's not talk about sports.
Okay, all right.
You hear Brady's retiring?
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
My review on Nobles is great sports bar.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I'd say it's the place.
Yeah, it's definitely the place. Definitely. It's one of the places in East Nashville if you want to go hang out. And it's kind of, I don't want to say quaint, but it's not like a huge open place. Well, some sports bars have they do have a number of TVs. I'm not saying
they
don't.
have an upstairs and a downstairs. There's enough room for everybody.
Exactly.
And
Thank you.
And you won't. It doesn't feel overcrowded. It won't feel overcrowded. It's got a nice feel to it.
Yeah.
So
Thumbs up.
I know. Definitely check it out. I know that we're going to be moving on, but I might want to suggest the next podcast episode that we talk about just like some new restaurants that other folks are looking forward to in 2022.
Yeah.
And we'll see how many I've gone to. How about that?
Let's do
next
that.
time.
Okay.
But I know what you're gonna. Let's talk about your taste in music, Matt. How about that?
All right.
'Cause
I think we can do that. I don't have a problem with that. Ask me about music, and we'll sit down and talk for an hour. I know we don't have an hour.
No,
I have
we
a couple
a few
of
more
things.
minutes. So hit me.
Yeah, so there are a couple of new things that I want to talk about, and I know the proprietor of We Own This Town is, such a cheerleader for local music. So I thought I would stay in that vein and mention just a couple of local things really quick. One is Joe Kenkel.
Yes.
And he just put out a new record within the past couple months. If you are not familiar with him, I wasn't really familiar with him, other than I remember when Star from Winos came out.
Yeah.
Their record came out about a year or so ago. He's part of that group, and he put out a solo record. I think it's his second solo record. And it is definitely, if you're a fan of, say, Mac DeMarco or sort of the Steve Malkmus approach of kind of just laid back singer indie songwriter type style, but with a little slightly psychedelic bent to it. There's some synths. It's cool. Yeah. I really, and what I really liked about it actually was it made me revisit the Star from Winos record, because I listened to it a couple of times and I really liked it, but then I just set it aside and I listened to it again just this past week. I was like, man, this is a really good record. But anyway, he just put out a solo record. Seek it out, Apple Music.
I have seen the dust pile up outside your bedroom door.
Also, real quick, definitely a little partial to this person because he is a friend of mine and I love everything he does. But
yes, say it.
The Robe.
Yes.
Rollum Haas.
Oh yes, I had the privilege of seeing them live.
Yes. Yeah.
With their latest addition to the group, and it was amazing.
Yeah. So he just put out an EP it's called the Jason EP. So I talked to him after I was at the show too. I talked to him after that show, and he mentioned that his goal is to try to put out a series of EPs with friends or other people in the music scene here in Nashville. I don't know if he has a number to that, how many EPs, but the first one is the Jason EP, and it is with JB Bennett, who I really don't know. You might know him a little better than I do. So JB has been a Grimey's employee for a long time.
But he's been a part of the Grimey's team for a while. You know?
And I really don't know him. I've talked to him maybe once or twice. He's pretty shy. I don't know, or I just haven't had this situation to talk with him much. Maybe not shy at all. I don't know. He seems like a very nice guy. But I believe that Rollum did most of the music, and then Jason did a lot of the lyrics, something like that. Maybe they did work on the music together. But again, if you're somebody who's listened to a lot of our episodes where we talk about music, you can kind of know where I'm coming from. I pop is not big on my top of the list, but if you bring in synth pop, then it's a completely different story. And that's what this is. If you really like the Simple Minds, kind of the OMD, vibe of sim pop, then this is completely right up your alley, and it is really good.
I was searching for your song secret, where sirens sound and the clouds go waterproof. I was setting your smile in the still frame, and your blushing face on an endless loop. Each night a change of scenery, each hour a brand new crown. Tip hat and side to a stranger, quick turn the daylight out.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, definitely, check it out. It's only 4 songs. Spider Augustus is a standout for me, but it was great, and I look forward to seeing what Rollum does next. But check it out on. I don't think there's any physical presence out there of the EP, but check it out on Bandcamp. Check it out on Apple Music. Check it out. Well, I'm not going to say Spotify. You know why? Fuck Spotify. That's what I'm going to say. I'll just say.
Anyway, please seek it out. And I'd also recommend keeping up with what is going on with the Nashville music scene. We own this town.
It's almost a full-time task.
You've got to subscribe.
Yeah, it's really easy.
To it, and you
really
can
easy.
stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the amount of amazing music here in Nashville.
It's incredible.
Music made here in Nashville, it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
so we got the Robe, and we got Joe Kenkel.
Yeah.
Check it out. What do you got?
Do it. Me, I'd say what got me through the end of 2021, the LCD Sound System Holiday Special.
I don't know what that is. I love LCD Sound System.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay.
They've been doing like these music things there. There's also one.
Is that part of the? I know he did a residency at Brooklyn Steel, I think.
I'm not exactly sure how they put this together, but I would think it could be part of that, because that was on my list of things to do before the end of the year, and COVID got it. I couldn't go see them play all those nights. That's one of the bands on my list that I'd like to see play again that I thought would never play again.
Right.
But this is better than that. You can just fire up your old Amazon Prime.
So you're saying a Christmas special?
It's a Christmas special.
Wow.
There's a little comedy. It's almost like a
variety
sitcom,
show.
Yeah, sitcom type thing. But
interesting.
I know you're like, what? And Arlo Parks also has one too as well, and that is fantastic. But look at both those. What I'm looking forward to on the horizon, they only have one song out at the moment. One song from the new record. Actually, 2 things. Fontaines DC. Their new record is around the corner. I am so excited about that.
I can't find a good word for you. Does it come as a surprise? I don't think we'd rhyme. I will wear you down in time. I will hurt you, I'll desert you. I am Jackie down the line. Said this Ali about a future before you bought off her as well. If all you want is entertainment, if you can't have it, you'll make hell. Don't make no one for you to be told.
Yeah,
As well as The Smile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Tom
The Smile,
York and the gang. I will. Hopefully I will have
one of
listened
the
to
gang.
the whole the thing that they just did recently. But that's all I got for now. But yeah, there's a lot of musical things going on.
Nice.
One
cool.
of your bands, a member dropped out just the other day, and that's a whole nother conversation.
What?
I think it's Black Country.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Black Country New Road.
Yeah, and they were
singer.
They were gonna tell me why he left, and I didn't get around to finding out why.
I don't know.
I was just excited. There's more music on the way.
I did see that.
So yeah. But anyway,
cool. Well,
yeah.
we'll talk about some more of that next episode, which will be coming sooner than later. I'll promise you that. So,
yes.
No resolutions. Just say more consistency.
Don't listen to what we say. See what we do. We'll show you.
This is the place. This is THA Place on Instagram. Let us know if there are any cool new places that you've been to that you want us to check out.
And
that would be awesome.
And we have the privilege of being a part of the We Own This Town network, which is a collection of podcasts, entertainment,
Yeah.
and documentary style.
I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway.
It's original entertainment
Yeah.
and documentary content. That's what We Own This Town is.
Nice.
And please go there, check it out. It's on all the socials. It's at We Own This Town.
Nice plug.
Yeah.
I like it.
And,
All right.
and also hit the subscribe button for us too as well. That does help
That
us
would be
out.
awesome.
We are asking, so please
On
follow
any
us.
platform.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
we're everywhere that you want to hear. We're there.
Yeah.
And if we're not, please reach out to us because we definitely want to hear from you.
All
As
right,
always,
well, that'll
Matt, it's
do
been a
it
pleasure.
for this episode. And until then, remember, eat up, drink up. And if anybody asks, this is the place to be. See ya. Bye.
This is the Place is brought to you by We Own This Town. Find the show on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you stream podcasts, and subscribe. Be sure to follow the show at This Is The Place, THA, on Instagram and Twitter. Find out more about the show at thisistheplace.show on the web.